Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We got ourselves a game here against Johnny Cage from America. Johnny Cage, of course, as you all know, is from Mortal Kombat. And here we see reference to it, Mortal Kombat 2. I think he had to choose a 2 because Johnny Cage MK must have been taken. And he's a national master, so I like this. It says a lot of confidence when you pick a character as your username. I'm Johnny Cage of Chess World. And who am I of the chess world? We all know. Let's look at his national master. He's got a pretty decent record. 2100 blitz, 2200 rapid, 1600 bullet. Okay. Johnny Cage sounds like the kind of guy who would be good in bullet, though, to be honest. So maybe not the most optimal username selection if you're going to be a a slow stooge. Let's just see before we crucify him for this. How many games has he even played in bullet? He doesn't really play much. Well, how many games has he played? 172 games. Yeah, it's very bad to be 1600 after 172 games. So he has played enough games. He's just very slow, apparently. Tricky position. Tricky position indeed. We're going to go with this. We're going to try to snip this off. We're going to try to create more pressure from here. Our pieces are quite harmonious, I would say that much, but so too are his. It's just a much harder act for him to follow, isn't it? Now we've reached the equilibrium, and I don't see quite how to massage this any further. In fact, most of the ideas are starting to help him. I want to play something a little bit. It's not clear. It's not clear, but there's a kind of plan here. Okay, there's a kind of plan here, and we're also anticipating ideas like this, which would create now the loose knight to exploit. But first, let's try to create that reality. Let's lure him into a trap. He's seen it. That's why he hasn't played. He's played the right choice, I guess. Now, if we capture, we get control of the open file. And then what? That, I guess we'll have to settle for just that much. What else are we supposed to do here? Because if we don't take the open file, the pressure is just going to come onto us eventually anyway. Here, at least we can try to get a rook on the 7th. We've got a lot of loose pieces here. This is well managed. Well managed. Yeah, what do we do here? Maybe we have to take it off. Try to put some pressure here. All we can do is put a little bit of pressure. I think in principle it's an even game, but it does feel like I'm slightly in the lead. It's just a question of inches, really. And that's a very, very solidifying move. He played it quickly, he knew. Okay. Let's turn the tables on him. Let's start to gang up here now. Snip diffs off and then win the pawn. See, we're probing. We're always probing. You always have to be willing to change your point of focus. It's kind of like agile project management. The game is shifting as the project moves along, and you got to shift with it. So now I think now for sure he's not going to have another smart ass move, or is he going to try something? No, let's just not waste time now. Let's not waste time. Come on. Now he's in big trouble. Here he's a pawn down, clean pawn down. The rook doesn't have enough back rank shit to do. This knight comes here and now it's at square, so now our knight gets a nice square too. So we've put him fully on the back foot and we're just going to try to enjoy this position a bit. Let's hope his rook tries to get too smart. Let's hope for that, because then we can trap him in. Although it won't be that easy to snip him off for good. Yeah, I think, yes, we just play some sensible moves, play fast. We only got 1 minute 15. It's enough time, but it's not an eternity. Hey, why didn't I just do my plan right now? What's wrong with me? Okay, something is not working right in my brain at the moment. Sorry about that. I don't know what to say. It's not quite trapping the rook. He can easily come here, so. And even if I came here next move, it's still not really trapping the rook, so. Maybe we do have to try to facilitate a trade. It feels a slightly over anxious, to be honest. He'd rather keep his rook trapped, it seems. We must allow him to do that, to make that choice. Yeah, I mean, I know I don't have a finishing move. Oh, I could have had a finishing move. Okay, okay. Let's try to rearrange. We've got a new threat here, and now we've got a new trapping angle. We got him. We got him, boys. Johnny Cage. Took a while to win that piece, but he was playing with fire. He knew it. Of course he knew it. Come on, man. Wake up. Okay, we don't have to do anything fancy here. We just walk this along. He's gonna have to sacrifice material. We snip that off. And we come up. Looks dangerously close to being mated, but he's not. So just try to stay in. Oh, maybe the right move is right here. Somewhere here. This looks close to mate, but not quite. Remarkably, he is close to being stalemated, in fact. And I have to make sure he has enough room to get out of here. And yeah, now let's move this forward. Hey. Damn it. He tried to out-trick me. Johnny Cage? You're never gonna get away with that. I hate when people try to do that. I hate it. Have some self-respect. Johnny Cage, I expected better. But yeah, I mean, I do tend to tempt people along with my slow playing, so totally understandable. All right, what do we say about the game? Looks like we've played a brilliant game so far, actually. Okay, but this move was not as smart as it looked. It looked pretty smart, or not. Let's see what was the best. It was the same idea, but yeah, playing here was playing for tricks. Actually, playing for tricks is not optimal typically. Um, so that's interesting. Okay. Hmm. This is also not optimal, but I thought he will capture. Okay, some complicated stuff, but yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, this knight here seems so powerful, but then I reroute it, and I thought that was pretty clever. It's not the best move, but it's pretty clever, and he found it hard to play good moves after this. And here we won a clean pawn ahead, and now nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. We just play simple, okay? Okay, I know it's not the most optimal move, but for sure we're not losing by playing like this. And now we allowed him to fall into the trap, but we didn't trap him. Stupid us. We didn't trap him, but now we kind of trapped him. And here we said, okay, we'll give you a chance, but he didn't take his chance, and that was a fatal blow. That was a fatal blow. After this, I needed to just execute that knight maneuver. Took me a while to configure the piece arrangement, but I got there. That's the beauty of these kind of positions. You don't have to figure it out immediately. All right, cool. Oh, thanks for watching. Well, let's just see the final finish. It was pretty close at the end in terms of clock pressure. I don't know if I did anything particularly clever in terms of trying not to stalemate him. Yeah. Anyway, Jeff.